Quran sums up the relationship, the reciprocal marital relationship between husband and wife in a verse that beautifully summarizes this relationship, where it says, Hunna libasun lakum wa antum libasun lahunna. Meaning your wives are your garments and you are a garment for them, meaning they protect you and you protect them. From this type of verse and many other verses, as I will point out in a second, the Quranic paradigm shows marriage as a means of tranquility. It is a means of protection, encouragement, peace, kindness, comfort, justice, mercy, and love. And in this context, there is no room for violence against women. In fact, the Quran indicates that marriage is a sharing between two halves of society, and that its objectives, besides increasing human life, are emotional well-being and spiritual harmony. There is an entire chapter in the Quran, in fact, that is exclusively titled The Women and Nisa, that describes guidelines of behavior, a code of ethics regarding care, regarding inheritance, marriage, divorce, conflict, and so forth that relates to women. In this chapter, Allah commands, وَعَاشِرُوهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, and live with your spouses on a footing of kindness and equity. This is not a legal opinion. This is a dictate directly coming from God Himself in the Quran, to live in absolute kindness with one's spouse. In fact, the model of a marriage that is based on care, mercy, kindness, mutual consultation, and justice was set by direct example from the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as is well documented in his biography and in the hadith traditions. In one of those traditions, he exemplifies the meaning of faith and belief when he says, the believers who show the most perfect faith are those who have the best behavior, and the best of you are those who are best to their wives. And I love that part because it defines the very essence of faith, meaning faith is not to be displayed outside of the house only, but more importantly, it is a demonstration, a manifestation of one's character inside the house. And that is why we know for a fact that the Prophet Muhammad never ever hit any of his wives. He saw it as below his status to be abusive to any of his wives or any woman at all. Never did he abuse them verbally, never did he abuse them physically, and he always demonstrated the highest moral character when he dealt with women. In fact, he strongly reprimanded men who hit their wives and later have intimate relationship with them, as is demonstrated in the ahadith of Bukhari. When asked about a husband's responsibility towards a wife, he beautifully said that you give her food when you take food, you clothe her when you clothe yourself, you do not revile her face and do not beat her, and nor do you humiliate her. She is your spouse, she is the mother of your children, she is your sister in faith. Based on such legal texts, Muslim scholars of the past and the present view all forms of domestic violence as a form of dhulm or oppression.